You're watching EVH and Gear TV, brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel guitar at stewartguitars.com. Microphones for EVH and Gear TV are provided by Røde Microphones, and official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com. Here's your host from Ontario, Canada, EVH artist Eric Broadbent.
Hey everyone, happy Monday to you all. Welcome to a brief EVH and Gear TV live product unboxing. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I've elected to not use the condenser mics and the condenser mics, whatever, all that other jazz. I'm using the lapel mic here just to keep microphones out of the way. Doing some unboxing, I thought it might be a little bit easier to cut some stuff and not cut myself or be hitting my head on microphones and things like that as well too. Hey, Will Dunham is here. Sean Close is here as well too. So it's going to be kind of a twofold unboxing today. I'm going to do something that came in from a friend and a fan of the show, especially over on the Helix Hour show. Brad Miller, a good friend of ours, a regular on the Helix Hour shows and things like that as well too. So we're going to start with his. And then he sent me a message on Instagram today. He said, hey, did you get the package I sent you? And I said, I totally forgot he was sending me something. So I was like, I haven't been to the mailbox in a couple of days. He says it was delivered. So I went down to the mailbox this morning, or post office, and sure enough, it was there. So you let me know in the chat, Nocturnal, or anybody, if everything sounds okay. Like I said, I'm using the wireless lapel right now. Hopefully it sounds good. So we're going to start with Brad Miller's package he sent us, and we're going to jump into something that was sent to us from our show sponsor, one of our show sponsors here. So this is a small one here. I don't know. I think I know what it is. I don't think he told me. He asked me for my address, and he kind of labeled it, you know, when you have to put things on the package for customs, what's inside it, but it was kind of vague. So I only have a vague idea what it is. So let's have a look. Thank you guys and girls for jumping in. I appreciate it. Sean Close, Will Dunham, Nocturnal Butterfly, ASD, hey Eric from Chandler, Arizona. Yeah, so I'm getting messages. Sounds different, but it sounds okay. Yeah, definitely it's my different sound than what you're used to. Gary Davlin is here. Chuck Booth. Let me see. Awesome. Good. Awesome. I know you guys kind of get spoiled with the sound I normally have, right? I'm either using the Rode NT1 over here or the Rode Procaster over here, that kind of deal. But I think what you're going to see in a few minutes, it's going to be pretty awesome. My sound's going to greatly improve. All right, so let's see what we got here. So this is from Brad Miller. Thank you, Brad. I really appreciate this. I don't even know what it is yet, but I appreciate it already. Just the thought of sending me something is very cool. I'll try not to do all the rustling of the paper and all that kind of stuff. Oh, man. This is pretty cool. Check this out. It's a business card holder. Isn't that something? Look at that, would ya? That is bad. That is, I was going to say bad. So look at, I'm not going to show my phone number in there, but all the business cards in there. That is really freaking cool. This is very cool. Look at that. I absolutely love it. I really do. Brad, this is the coolest and the most thoughtful gift ever. Looks like an anodized aluminum. Isn't that cool? Little 412, you know, little amp, a Wolfgang. Let me see here. Very cool. Very nice. Hey, Rock MA AVH distributor for Morocco. Very nice. Rock.MA. Nice to have you joining us. I appreciate that. We'll have to touch base. Nice to have you here. I think that's one of the first times I've seen you in the chat. Nice to have new faces here as well. Let's continue down the chat for a sec. See who else we have there. Scott Roos, Scott Connor, Joel David Gonzalez, Richard Poole, Kai Down. Sinner is here. Haven't seen you in like forever, man. Good to see you. Rick Hefner, Harley Dude 71, Gary Holt, my friend, is here. And some of our other regulars, I think I mentioned their names already as well too, but there you go. That's from Brad Miller. Thank you so much, man. A very thoughtful gift. I love that. I really truly do. I got a couple stickers here that were kind of like they look like my business cards. I'm just gonna put them on top of this thing just to kind of show what it looks like. Actually, you know what I might do is I might put a sticker at the back. No, that kind of takes away from it, but you kind of get the gist of what it's gonna look like with the business cards in it. Can I tip it for you? I can't tip things on the camera very well. Let's pick that up. All right, so thank you, Brad. That was very kind, very thoughtful, very awesome. All right, so we're going to dip into something here. There was, in 2018, there was two products that I really was just like, stop the presses, things I just had to have, things I was so excited about, things I wanted to use, I wanted to jump right in and physically use. One of them was the HX Stomp from line 6. I have that now. I use it. As I toyed on, kind of teased on Facebook the other day, I said, it's like the eternal honeymoon phase with that thing. I'm never going to lose the honeymoon phase with that pedal. I love it. It's like a mini Helix. And the second was something from Rode. Rode has been our show sponsor. I mean, as you can tell, there's so many Rode microphones in the studio that we love Rode. We are a Rode family through and through. Eric Jr. uses Rode. Someone else tonight will be using Rode as well too. I've had probably about six to eight different microphone companies contact me after they see me doing a lot of things with Rode. They reached out to me and asked if I would do reviews on their microphones. And Rode has been so good to me. I've been very, very polite back to these other import companies and saying, you know, thank you very, very much for reaching out to us, but I really greatly treasure and value the relationship I have with Rode, and I've passed on the reviews. I said, thank you, thank you, thank you, but I just can't. And a couple of them even contacted me again after I said no, and I said, I can't. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. And I've let Rode know that as well too. And they've even told me, you know, you could do some reviews and things like that. And I'm like, no, I just don't want to do it. And even one of the companies, you see some of the lighting. I'm not sure, can you see the lights back there? Well, you guys know I use this really fancy ring light, and I've got a couple of the LED lights from Generay. Well, Generay is also owned by another company. Well, they're a large parent company, owns them and a bunch of other companies, and even they have a microphone company. And the company, kind of the head of the company, contacted me and said, you do some reviews on some lights, and we have a new microphone. And I said, no, I can't do the microphone. Glad I do the review on lights, but I won't do that. And so everyone kind of respects that working relationship that we have, and it goes a very long way when you do things like that. So we're going to jump into sponsor from Rode. We're going to jump into this box, and I'm going to kind of do like my traditional, kind of go from the smaller of the items to the larger of the items. And one of the items is just a couple of replacement parts. I don't want to throw Gary Kramer under the bus, but when we did the interview with him down in California, he broke a couple of my mic windscreens, whatever, on the wireless lapels that we're wearing right now. I think when he went to take them off, he was sick, and he was yanking off the microphones, and it kind of ripped off the windscreens like completely permanently. So I got some replacements for that. But when you're interviewing Gary Kramer, I wouldn't have cared if he actually would have broke one of my wireless transmitters, so it's all good. All right, so excuse me, pardon me, and you know, I don't mean to be rude by turning my back to you, but this box is too big to put up on the desk, so I'm gonna cut it like this. It's a big one. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, by the way, tonight, this is really cool. I'm gonna be on Guitar Hacks channel tonight at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern. If you go on after this video is done, if you go at on our YouTube page, you got home, community, all that kind of stuff. You go click on community, and I have a link there to the show where we're going to be on Guitar Hacks channel as well too. And Nocturnal does say, she's sending me a text message right now too, that Rode does have a big contest going on as well too. But it's going to be fun on Guitar Hacks channel, guaranteed. Man, this is massive. It's going to take me a minute to get in this thing. Holy Hannah. All right, well, I'm going to try and hide this because they got the big, oh no, hang on, they're not the biggest things on the top. All right, so I got a lot of styrofoam pickups. So I've got two of these babies. I'm not going to start with the smallest things. So I've got two of the Rode pod mics. All right, so which is really cool. They were talking about a new product recently last year, and this isn't the new, well, this is kind of the new product, but when they were debuting this product, they snuck these microphones in there, and people were like, they had one of these on display in the video, and a couple of astute people were watching it and said, hey, what's that new microphone? And if you look at it, so this is my Rode Procaster. If I take the windsock off of this, it's a very similar type microphone to the Procaster, but this thing is pretty massive, right? This is a condenser microphone, so this is pretty much half, probably less than half, the chassis size of the Rode Procaster. So this is going to be great because that thing's a pretty big mic. I love it. There's nothing wrong with that mic. It is my main microphone right now. So I've got two of the pod mics. Let's have a quick look at just one of them. I've been really excited for this because, I mean, once we started working with Rode, our sound quality on the show just went through the roof. Our kind of enthusiasm and pride, all of that stuff. All right, let's have like their packaging, like I say all the time. Like rubber, everything is like solid foam. Like you just don't get better than this. You really don't. Look at this. It's very cold right now. It just came off the truck in Canada, so it's ice cold. I shouldn't actually even be opening it right now, but I'm going to take a chance on it. It's literally freezing cold. But there's the microphone right there. Nice Rode emblem on the back. XLR on the back as well too. So I'm probably going to be switching to this one. And so you can imagine here on the stand now, it's going to be much smaller. I don't want to say footprint because it's not sitting on the desk or anything like that, but it's a much smaller. So I'll be like this, right? The adjustment wheels on the side, like a for tension, that kind of thing. I'm thrilled with this thing. Hey, Brad, thank you. Brad's in the chat as well. Brad, thank you so very, very much for that beautiful, thoughtful gift. I'm going to use it and be very proud of it. Okay, so I'm going to put this microphone away. So as you can see, there's two of those. Thank you, Rode. We love you guys so very much. We certainly do. We are a Rode family. There's no doubt about that. All right. So, as I mentioned, so Junior, he has a Rode microphone upstairs as well too. He's got one of the Rode boom arms, I can see here, one of those guys, desk mounts. So we have something else for the Rode family. I just have to dig through it. There's going to be a lot of styrofoam on the floor. All right, I'm going to hide this one. Oh my Lord. Okay, I had no idea they were going to do this. I had zero idea they were going to do this. I saw one. It looks like there's more than one in the box. So now we have another Rode PSA Studio boom arm. So one of those guys. And they can either be drilled into the desk or they can be mounted with a like a twist kind of an anchor type of thing. And these are really, really good. As you can see from this microphone, this is a very heavy mic. And it suspends itself no problem. So they can hold anywhere, you know, 10 pounds maybe, 6, 7 pounds without collapsing. So yes, good quality Aussie manufacturing. So there's one of those, as you saw, and I'm not sure why I got another one, but I can certainly use it. Actually, they sent me 3 of them, but there's something missing though, because okay, so we got 3 of those guys. 1, 2. Let's balance those things, and we got 3 more studio boom arms. But there is something missing. Oh, hang on. And I feel very bad because one of them was for Nocturnal Butterfly. Okay. There is those replacement windsock covers I was talking about. The WS Lav, windsock Lav. So Nocturnal Butterfly, the one thing that you're waiting for did not come in. And unless there's a second box coming, but we'll get that worked out. Unless they made a mistake on this too, because I'm not sure why I would have got 3 boom arms. You know what it probably was? I have a feeling I know why. Because they're sending her the NT USB. I wish I could grab the box up here, but I have a stack of boxes that are going to fall on me. Nocturnal Butterfly was getting the Rode NT USB microphone because she's starting to do a lot of podcasting and live YouTube shows and stuff like that as well too. So she's going to have one of these arms and an NT USB. Now, she couldn't use one of these mics because she doesn't have a mixer, so that's why she had to go with USB. So, Nocturnal, I will figure that out with my team over there in Australia. I'm sure it was just an oversight. I'm sure I didn't pack. Yeah, there's no way it's in here. It's too light. But this is the last piece, the Rødecaster Pro mixer, which is totally, totally awesome. Everything is all touchscreen on the unit. It has 2, 4, 6, 8 pads, which you can put sound effects on there, or, you know, if I want to switch to different scenes and have, you know, different, you know, bumpers and audio effects and crickets chirping, whatever I want. Everything is touchscreen. And another cool thing is I used to use the Rode, actually it's not made by Rode, it's made by Aphex, who is a subsidiary of Rode, called the Aphex HeadPod 4, which is a 4-channel headphone amplifier. Well, because it's all the same company, they've now integrated that with a 4-channel amplifier, headphone amplifier in here, which is so loud they even put a warning on there, and there's a switch inside the digital switch that steps the volume down to half, and it's warned you if you turn that off that you could suffer hearing loss. Like, it's just that loud of a headphone amplifier. So there's definitely all kinds of gain. It has all the Aphex specialty effects inside there, like the oral exciter, big bottom, not like Spinal Tap, There's a de-esser and a noise gate, which I'm really looking forward to as well too. I can put on that noise gate a little bit so I have to mute my microphone, you know, when I'm silent and the guest is talking. The very, 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 very cool thing is a built-in mix minus section. So what I'm doing now, I've been waiting to do this for a very long time. You can do mix minus on any mixer, but it's a lot of confusing routing and cabling and all that kind of stuff. And what mix minus does is a guest can call you. So let's say we're doing a regular guest, you know, regular show, 2 people on the show, and I want to have you guys or girls call in either by, you know, Discord or Skype or FaceTime, any of those kind of things. And you want to make it so the guest doesn't hear themselves back, like an echo loop. So if I was to say, hey, and hear myself, I would hear myself say, hey, back on the phone. You don't want that. This thing has a built-in mix minus right ready to go. So that's going to be awesome. So that's a new feature that we'll be adding on to the show immediately, pretty much, is guests can call in and ask our guests questions. And we'll be setting up various ways to do that via Discord, FaceTime, all that kind of cool stuff. Skype. Built-in record button. It'll take a micro SD, so you can record to right directly to SD and save. And there's new firmware that just came out, literally like February 28th on Nocturnal Butterfly's birthday, that turns this into a multi-track recorder. So I'm going to crack this open. This thing I've been waiting for like you have no idea. So Nocturnal, I'm going to figure out what happened with the NT USB, and I have zero doubt that my friends at Rode will not have a problem working that out. This is a nice big cheat sheet. Very cool. Man, oh man. I am majorly excited about this. This is something I just was counting the days down for. All kinds of cheat sheets here as well. Heavy duty cardboard cheat sheets, by the way. Big piece of rubber like I told you before. Oh man, this is great. As far as I know, I've watched a lot of reviews on this thing. It's made out of metal too. Now I have a very nice mixer right now. I have a Presonus. This isn't going to replace it by any means. It's going to be used in conjunction. This is going to be more of my practical mixer, and when I want to do some of the crazy stuff where I'm doing some live broadcasts, where I'm playing guitar and all that kind of stuff as well too, I'll probably still be using the Presonus, which is off to my left here. Let's have a look at this thing. Oh man, this is great. It's everything I was hoping for. It does feel like a metal chassis. It's, here again, it's very, very cold. 4 volume. Yeah, see what I talked about, the warning on there? It actually says warning because it's so loud. It's got the quality control passed, all that kind of stuff. Very large, very smooth sliding sliders. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have a USB channel as well too. Your phone channel, which you can do several things. You can either run in, well, I'll show you on the back in a second, but you can Bluetooth it. It's Bluetooth ready, so you can pair any device that's Bluetoothable. So your iPad, your iPhone, whatever, and if you want to have a person call you on a phone call, you can bring them in by Bluetooth, or you can also bring them in via the 3.5 millimeter jack, whatever it is on the back as well too. Your pads, these can be assigned to any color you want. So you can do that with software, which you download the software, and you can drag and drop your audio files right to each of these pads. And I'm definitely going to be using these for you know, audio intros, outros, that kind of stuff as well too. Who knows? The sky's the limit. Your imagination's your only limit, and then you can just assign what color you want to go to each one. Another thing they did with the record button, with the newest firmware as well too, the record will pulse, like slowly pulse when it's not recording, just to let you know that it's ready in record mode. And then when you press it, it'll be a big red record button. I wish I could hook this up and show you the display. It's a full color LED display, VU meters for every independent channel. Every time you push one of the buttons, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it'll bring up a full on-screen menu for that particular channel. It's just absolutely amazing. On the back, let's go look at the inputs. We've got 4 XLRs on the back, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 independent headphone jacks, like I mentioned, very similar to the Aphex head pod, but now it's built into it. Balanced left and right out, so you could use your tip ring sleeve balance to go out to your monitors. There's your micro SD slot. I've got a micro SD card just waiting for this thing. USB to run to your computer, your power supply, and then of course your power on off. It's very nice to have on and off power, and that's it. That's it. And it's nice. You can put it down on the desk. You can run your cords underneath it. So there we go. The Rødecaster Pro Class A servo bias preamps. So very, very nice, clean preamps. There's nothing worse than getting a mixer where you got to crank your gain, and then you crank your gain so much that now all you're hearing is hiss. Like, I can't wait to see how responsive these sliders are. Like, there's a lot of travel, and they're very, very smooth. You've got solo and mutes for every channel as well too, so you can adjust some effects solo it, and then hear what it sounds like before you send it out to the mix, which is very, very cool. I'm beside myself right now with excitement because I was really looking forward to this. And it's awesome. Let's jump over to the chat, Ken, for a quick second. I just feel really, really bad because I didn't get the NT USB for Nocturnal here, and I know she's very excited. I've got the box up there. I've got another one, but Junior's using an NT USB himself right now. Let's jump back to the chat. We'll get you that. I'm sure I could probably have that by the end of the week. Let me see here. So I'm going to probably be double mentioning people. Maybe not. It doesn't matter if we say them twice. Richard Poole from UK. Center, I've mentioned Center yet. Joel David Gonzalez. Gary Davlin is here. Chuck Booth. Phoenix is here. That's one cool gift. And she says, you deserve it, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, keep on rocking, my friend. Rick Hepner is here. Mark Perillo. Gary Holt. Let me see here. Am I missing anybody? Scott Roos. Warren Hughes. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well. And Scott says, I only have one of the early models, NT1. Cool. Could be. It might even be the NT1A maybe. Is it silver or black? It's the NT1A would be... Actually, you know what? What is it? I forget which one's which now. The NT1, I guess. Yeah. An NT1 is silver. NT1A is black, I guess. Or vice versa. I should know that. Mark Taylor's here. David Ennis. Let me see here. Brad Miller. Thank you so very much for that really cool gift, Brad. I really appreciate that. Jimmy T. Insomniac Matt. I wonder how those mics sound miking up a guitar cabinet. That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. No, it's a condenser mic. Like obviously like a... actually, is it a condenser mic? That's a good question. Is it a condenser or is it a... dynamic? I forget. It's probably a dynamic. So you could probably use it on a cabinet. I'm using the NT1s, which are condenser back there. You can probably see one. It's hard to see it, but that's an NT1 right where my finger is. It's blending in with the black, but that's an NT1 on the cabinet back there as well too. And I've got several other NT1s. If I tip the camera up a little bit, got some more NT1s up there as well too. Lots of Rode product in this house, that's for sure. Let's continue with the chat. Let me see here. Bam Ozzy is here. Sonia is here. Christmas in March, Gary says. Yes, it is. So what have you missed? Bam Ozzy, I've got just some really cool products from our show sponsor, Rode microphones. Rode is like my guitars. You know, there's that important to me. I love the product, and I think I'm a true. I don't want to use the word believer. There's nothing to believe. I'm a true supporter of the brand because I don't use any other microphones. I've had people offer me mics. They've offered to send me mics for free. I won't do it. I won't do it. I love this stuff, and I will only use this stuff. I love it to death. So lots of really cool goodies from our sponsor. Let me see here. A nice comment from Nocturnal Butterfly through a text message. Just thank you very much. Yes, and Sonia says new toys for Nocturnal Butterfly. So one of these scissor mount stands is for her. I just have to get her the microphone, so we'll have that mounted on her desk upstairs, and she's starting to have a lot of fun with her YouTube channel as well, which I encourage you to go check out. There's a lot of fun stuff on there and some really cute stuff too. We have a little pet chipmunk that we only see him in the warm season, which we're looking forward to. But click on Nocturnal's name there. Go check out her channel. If you like it, subscribe. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe if you don't think you'll like it, but go check it out. Once you get there, I think you might want to subscribe. It's really cute, fun stuff. And she does some neat live shows as well, too. Paulie D, snuck off work to see this. Thank you, man. And you know what? As excited as I am about this, I'm really excited about going on Guitar Hack show tonight. I've been looking forward to that for like a few weeks now. I'm really excited about that. It's just so nice to do a show without having to host a show. It's kind of cool. I don't have to push any buttons. I can just sit back and be nervous like everybody else. And Scott says my work was canceled due to weather. This is a cool bonus. And we have some very cold weather here today. No snow right now, but it's cold, cold, cold. And Gary's work was canceled just because I don't care anymore. I love it. Yeah, see, and Sony says even Sweetwater does not have that Rødecaster Pro available until tomorrow. I think B&H Photo, that's where I get most of my stuff from. I think they may have it. Now, this came directly from Australia, but I know a lot of people were having problems keeping them in stock. They just got them in stock in the first batches, and then they sold out. First thing I'm going to be doing it in a moment once I clear all the debris is I'm going to be hooking this up, powering it up, and I'm going to go download the software and the new firmware because it's going to have multi-track recording. See, I won't use this as a multi-track recording for recording my guitar and all that kind of stuff. I'll still do that in Logic, but here's the blessing. This is like for people like me that do podcasts and YouTube shows and stuff like this. And I've been neglecting on this. I have a iTunes podcast as well too. If you just search EVH Gear on EVH Gear TV or whatever on iTunes, you'll find our podcast. And I didn't realize it was as popular as it is. And I'm not tooting horns or anything. I'm not saying it's popular. But I actually had people way back say, I wish you could put your shows, your YouTube shows on iTunes, because, you know, I don't get the chance to watch them all the time live. And sometimes I'm at the gym or I'm in the car, blah, blah, blah. And there was more than one person that said that. So I'm like, okay, well, if several people are asking for that, then let's do it. I put them up there. My statistics are quite good. Now, there again, I don't give it the attention that I should. And I'm missing probably now. I always try to stay within about 3 shows current. I'm probably about 10 shows behind easily. So I'm gonna catch back up on it again. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in the habit of hitting record. Boom, the minute I go live with my guests every week. With multi-track recording, if I'm too loud, the other guest is too quiet, vice versa. I go back in, bring it into Adobe Audition, which I have a paid account with them, and I remix it. I can remix it and then put it back up, so I have full control over that, and it's going to go up to YouTube. To iTunes, and it's going to be pristine quality or as good as we can get it, as opposed to downloading my videos from YouTube, ripping them and putting them back up, because YouTube compresses the audio so bad to begin with that you know whatever goes in is half-assed going in, and then once you compress that and bring it back down, now you're cutting quality and cutting quality and cutting quality. I will be able to send my quality to iTunes in the purest form that I can possibly get it, multi-track recording. So that is going to be huge. Let me see here. Who did I miss? I think I saw Brian Cote. I think, yes. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Drop me a line in the chat. Let me know if you're feeling better. I know you were sick in bed the other day. I really hope you're feeling better. Let me see. Scroll back a little bit. Brian Cote, Bam Ozzy, Jimmy T, Warren Hughes. Nice mixer. Thank you. Thank you, Warren. Small footprint, and it's going to go right over here because I want to have control of it right up my desk there. I love the touch pads. You know, maybe we'll have some, crickets chirping or something. No, I'm going to actually use it for some real, honest, valid stuff. Let me see here. Poo Ninja's here. Happy Mike Day. Happy Mike Monday. Boom in the shot. Yep, boom's in the shot. And let me see here. Good one. Scott Connor says you could have entitled this one Road Trip. Exactly. Yes, I could. Let me see. Who else I miss here? And also, yes, I totally forgot about this too. Our good friend Quentin James, his birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to Quentin, and a happy birthday to my former 5150 Van Halen tribute singer Dave Russell. His birthday today as well too. Dave taught me a lot about the business. Before my band Finding Core, which came after 5150. That was, what I learned from Dave, I took to Finding Core, and then from Finding Core, I applied that to YouTube. What we do here on the show, it's, always good quality production, image, all that kind of stuff. But Dave Russell, who I just wished a happy birthday to, taught me a lot about this stuff. A photo's worth 1,000 words kind of thing, right? I used to show up to gigs, carrying, stuff in a crate, my guitar cables in a crate. It was the most amateur that you could possibly be. So everybody starts somewhere, and that was me. I was just everything I did not want to be. That's what I was. I'd have a guitar case on the back of the stage with the guitar case open. That does not look professional, right? I mean, if you're a cover band just having some fun, and that's cool, nothing wrong with that. But when you're trying to be a tribute band, I mean, I had the striped overalls, all that kind of stuff. All the EVH striped guitars and that kind of stuff as well too. You can look the part, you got to be the part. So long story short, happy birthday, Dave Russell. Let me see here. And Bam Oz says it could be loyal and faithful to a brand. Even better if you get rewarded for the loyalty too. Yes, exactly. And they're good to me, and a lot of people that we work with are very good to us. They are very, very thankful. There we go. We have Guitar Hacks YouTube channel link. Thank you, Nocturnal. That's great. I am really looking forward to that tonight. He may just think I'm joking. He might just say I'm just trying to butter him up or something. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be all ready. I'm going to be all cozy in the chair. I don't have to worry about train wrecks or anything going wrong with my gear and stuff like that. It's all on him. So the pressure's on him tonight. And me, because I'm going to be nervous. Let me see here. And yeah, Gary said he had no clue on the podcast. So yeah, check it out. Just search EVH Gear TV in iTunes, and you'll find it. It's free. You can download them, take them on the go. And yeah, Poo Ninja says MPEG 4 kills quality. I agree with you on that. There's no doubt about that. Brad Miller, EVH, just jump back and see the unboxing. Glad you could tell it was a Wolfgang done on CNC machine. Only one like it. So I have an exclusive. I'm going to grab that again. So I only had the only one like this. I'll show them that again because people are jumping in late. That's from Brad Miller. He sent me that. It's a business card holder. And I just got new business cards, so I'm going to fill that right up. And I got a text message from Nocturnal saying she could have fun with that soundboard. Yeah, she certainly could. She certainly could. There's no doubt about that. Spice of Life with Linz is here. Thank you for joining in. So that's it. That's it. This is some great stuff. I'm going to see if I can grab one of those pod mics again as well too, because some of you people are joining in late. I know this was a complete oversight on Rode was going to send one of the NT USBs as well too. And my contact at Rode, he was just literally left for a vacation for about a week and a half, actually maybe 2 weeks. And so I think maybe between him and his associate or whoever who was helping him out in his absence might have missed whatever. But I know Nocturnal Butterfly will understand, and we'll get her hooked up here. But we'll get her the NT USB right away. And if I get in touch with them tonight, they're like like 18 hours ahead of us or something like that. It's crazy. It's tomorrow already over there right now. It's like tomorrow morning already over there, something like that. I forget the time zone. I can probably get them to have it to me probably by the end of the week. But here again, once again, this is a pod mic. I'm going to pull it out again. It's quite heavy machine. Okay, Dust Devil says, hey Eric, I want to clarify that the Rode NT1 is condenser, not a... Yes, that's what I meant to say. Rode NT1 is a condenser. If I said opposite... Yeah, it is condenser, not a dynamic. Yes, you're 100% right on that. No problem. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, and Jeremy Carter says, I want to say thank you on an issue I had at Custom Tone. You made that used an IR and needed help with the IR, and you guys sent me an email with help, so thank you very much for the help. By the way, huge fan. Thank you, Jeremy. What Jeremy's referring to is I've created this preset for the Line 6 HX Stomp that we were talking about earlier, and I think it was called Beat It Batten. It was a preset I made for Jennifer Batten, so she could play, you know, Michael Jackson's Beat It solo, Eddie Van Halen's Beat It solo on the road all the time. I sent that to her, and there was an impulse response that went along with it. Jeremy commented on my YouTube video, was asking, he couldn't figure out how to do the impulse response and load it, and he also sent me an email. And before I even had a chance to reply on the YouTube video, I just sent him an email. I said I sent the IR. He couldn't figure it out, which is understandable. It took me a while to figure those things out. And so I gave him a step-by-step instruction, and it sounds like he's off to the races. So there you go. And Jimmy says it's 8:44 a.m. Tuesday. So perfect. What I'll do is I'll send an email tonight. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably wait a few hours tonight. That way I'm not hitting up my buddy. It's probably his first day back from vacation today. So I'll wait till a little bit later on tonight to do the email, so it's not sitting in his inbox as soon as he gets there to work. I'd rather wait and let him get maybe closer to noon his time, so he has time to digest and catch up, because I'm sure he's going to have 3,000 emails. You know what it's like when you go on vacation? You don't want to come back because all the emails you've got sitting there. So there you go. There's the Rode pod mic. I really like that. Small little footprint. I might try it tonight for Guitar Hack Show. I might do that. I know we'll be doing Google Hangouts, and Google Hangouts is quite compressed anyway, so you know, it's hard to say, but we'll give that a try. We'll have it on the boom stand. See if I can move this mic over here. And I'll be taking off the shock mount because these don't use a shock mount. So this will be physically mounted like this, if you kind of get the gist of it there. And you could, I mean, these have a built-in, they have a built-in pop filter inside, so you don't really necessarily have to use a pop filter, but you could use the WS1 as well for this. I think, yeah, it'll fit. No, I don't think I'm going to, but it does look quite nice, doesn't it? So it fits on there good. I might, we'll see. But we'll see. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use the windsock on there or not. They do have a built-in one inside, so it's not 100% necessary. So there we go. The Rode Procaster, the pod mics, the PSA1 boom arms, and I've got some replacement windsocks for the mini lav like I'm wearing right now, which you can't see because I'm wearing a black shirt. But this is cool. Thank you guys and girls for jumping in. And I do really highly encourage you to come over and see Guitar Hack Show tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's a great dude, fellow Canadian, fellow musician. He's doing a really, really good thing on his channel. It's growing daily. And it's a really cool part of the community. It's a welcomed addition in the guitar community, that's for sure. And then tomorrow night, this is really cool. Tomorrow night, I have an epic interview that I may be breaking my own rule tomorrow and extending the length of the time. Dennis Berardi, former founder of one of the original founders of Kramer Guitars and the former president of Kramer Guitars. I've interviewed now Gary Kramer, Mr. Henry Vaccaro Sr., who is the primary investor. Gary is the name of Kramer. And then, of course, tomorrow will be the kind of trifecta completion of those gentlemen. And we've got an itinerary that's 3 pages long. My longest itinerary. I've been working on this itinerary now for, it usually takes me a week. It's been a good 2 weeks working on this one. Dennis and I have been back and forth on tons of email and phone calls. He actually called me the other day, and I missed his phone call. I couldn't believe it. I missed a phone call from Dennis Berardi. Called him back. We've been joking back and forth and having so much fun. There's going to be Eddie stories that no one has ever heard of. Working with Eddie, meeting Kiss, you know, when back in the day when you could not photograph them without their makeup. You know, Gene Simmons is at Kramer with no makeup. All that kind of cool stuff, you know, back in the late 70s. Very, very cool. And Brian, and I think she says Brian is going live at 7:30 tonight, so that'll probably work out well because Guitar Hack, he always goes live a little different than everybody else, so that'll probably give Brian enough time for his show, and we'll be live at 9. Oh, they're very, very good. Yeah, we'll make that for sure, Brian. I see that now as well. And Gary Holt says reminder set for Hack's video. In case I didn't mention Brian enough here as well too, check his show out if you can too. Click his name, go check out his channel. He does like guitar gear demos and all kinds of cool performances, and a lot of times if you subscribe to him, he'll show you some sneak peek videos he's going to be releasing the following week, whatever, and you get to see it kind of first on his live stream. He's got guitar news, industry news, all that kind of cool stuff as well too. Again, another welcomed addition to the guitar community. There's some really cool people in this circle, and I'm just thrilled to be a small little speck in this this big circle. So I'm gonna go play with my toys, and I got a big mess to clean up here before I actually get a chance to play with them, and I have to kind of go give Nocturnal Butterfly a big sorrowful hug because her NT-USB isn't here, but we'll get that worked out for her very, very quickly. I would say I'd go take Junior's off of his mic stand, but then he would totally disown me. So Jimmy says Guitar Hack needs some encouragement to get him to dress up like Kiss gear for his coming Kiss episode. That'd be very cool. And yeah, he's a big Ace Frehley fan, right? That'd be very, very cool. Awesome, guys and girls. So check it out, Guitar Hack tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. Brian Cote at 7:30 p.m. Eastern here as well too. Dennis Berardi tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern. And then one last thing, I guess we might as well say it all. Wednesday, I'm doing a very special event. I can't say who it's for yet. There's some kind of an announcement coming out, and I'm giving an exclusive on it. So we'll be talking about that. It's going to be very, very cool. Like I said, I don't even want to mention the company or what show this is. So that's going to keep people guessing. That's going to be, I think, at 6 o'clock Eastern, obviously on this channel. Forget Friday. I know I have an EVH guest on Friday, and it's gonna haunt me. On Sunday, I have Vernon Reed from Living Color over on Helix Hour. There's too many shows, and I don't even remember them. So I know I have reminders on my calendar, but I'll post everything in the chats and all that kind of stuff. I'll let you guys and girls know. Facebook is the best way to find out where everything is. It's hard to remember all this stuff, but it's a great problem to have because I get to share it with some of the best people on the planet, the people that are in the chat right now. So I really appreciate you. Have a great night. Monday, only 4 more days to the weekend. And with all these shows we're doing with different people's channels and all that fun stuff, weekend's going to be here before you know it. So I'm going to let you all go play with some toys, and we'll see you in a couple hours. Until next time, cheers. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're still here? Eric Jr. here, reminding you to check out our full lineup of quality merch. Available right now in the Broadstash Boutique. Quality products and fast shipping. Visit broadstash.com today.
I am now on Patreon. If you enjoy my content and wish to support my channel and what I do, then please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/EVH Gear TV. Your support assures the continued growth of this channel and a fun community in which to share our love for Van Halen, music gear, and much more.
My name is Eric and I'm playing Wolfgang guitar.
Video production services provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs. Microphones for EVH and Gear TV are provided by Røde Microphones, and official Van Halen merchandise is provided by VanHalenStore.com.